So, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been going through right now and what I'm sure, thousands of kids are going through right now too, so I'm hoping, somebody can relate. I've just graduated with an AA in liberal arts from community college, which basically means, it's like nothing. It's not nothing that's going to ever be anything, and I am faced with the position of I can't afford to keep going to school. I mean, I've been paying cash. I've been paying out of pocket for these classes, and it's, $2,000-$3,000 a semester for community college. And I mean, now that I've graduated from there and I have to move on to a bigger school, there's no way I can afford to pay out of pocket. And so I'm at the position of being 23 with an AA that I can't do anything with no way of advancing on any farther. And, what do? I mean, you do all the work and you keep the GPA up and you do all these things, and then, to get into the good school, and then you realize you can't even go because you can't afford it, and you can't get student loans without a cosigner, without your parents and all this stuff. And if you don't have that as an option, if you don't have anybody that can cosign for you, then you're screwed. Like, there's nothing you can do. And I had a friend message me the other day, and he said, he feels really lost. And I think that's kind of one of the staples of our generation, is that we all feel so lost. And he was telling me that, he's completed such a high amount of credits, or he's attempted so many credits, that now they're saying that he can't get any kind of financial aid at all. So he's in a position of having to start paying for, out-of-pocket classes, and that's just not an option for him. He just can't, he's barely making ends meet the way that he is, with having most of his school paid for. So, like, the thought of him having to pay cash for them the way that I have is not an option. So he's feeling really lost because now he is kind of screwed, He kind of doesn't even have the option of, what do you do when you've prepared your whole life to have this degree and then you get told no? I mean, what do you do from there on? Like, okay, I guess I'll go not do that with my life. I mean, you kind of are screwed a little bit. And, there are people with, bachelor's degrees working at McDonald's because there's nothing else there, because they need a paycheck, and that's the only place that, there's thousands of people all vying for the same jobs, and it's like, what do you do? What do you do with your life? You've got, and there's so much pressure on you when you're 18. Like, 18, you need to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life. For the next 60 years, you need to know right now what you're going to do. And you start schooling on it and realize, God, I hate this. I don't want to do this. And then you have the option. I mean, do you change your major 150 times while you're trying to figure out who you are? Or do you stay on the same thing and realize I'm going to spend the next 60 years hating my life, And it's such a hard position, and there's so much pressure on our people don't understand how different it is now than it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I mean, 30 years ago, you could get in your car and just drive. I mean, you could just drive. And you could go to, East Nowhere, Georgia, and start working in a diner to pay your way to get around the country. I mean, pick up spare odd jobs here and there and just, pay your way through. There were so many opportunities and so much. I mean, if you were smart, you could just go to school for free. Like, they just let you go to school. Now there is no such thing as a free ride anymore. There is no such thing as that anymore. And to think that we don't have those options. I mean, and we all feel so disconnected from each other. We all feel so alone and lost, and like nobody else could ever possibly understand what we're going through. And I think part of it is because we think we're so connected. We have the Facebook and the phones and the Twitter, and everybody's all up in everybody else's business and all concerned with what everybody's doing every second of the day. But if you go to a party or go to a club or go sit in just like a Starbucks in line. Nobody's like talking to the person behind them anymore. Nobody's talking to the barista and asking how their day is. Everybody's like this. Nobody cares anymore. I mean, nobody is connected. We are so connected virtually, and in person we're so alone. And so many people, nobody meets anybody organically anymore. I was just seeing that in a movie. It's true, nobody meets anybody. You don't just meet someone at a Starbucks and strike up a conversation and, go out to dinner with them and meet them, and that's your, whoever. Everybody meets on Facebook and online, and people you might know, and, and it's like, we are so lost. All of us feel so lost because we were all told how our life was going to be, and it's not anything like that. We were all told you can be whatever you want to be, and you can you know, if you're smart and you try hard, you'll get to go to college and it's not going to be a thing, and you know, you get to get out and you get to pick where you want to work, and then you get to go work there, and yay. And that's not even close to how it is anymore. Even if you're the smartest kid on the planet, you can't go to school for free. And heaven forbid you have to work through high school and work through college, and then you can't spend all hours of every day on homework and stuff. And then what do you do then? I mean, it's not like it's not like you're not smart. It's not like you don't deserve to go, but there are so many other things that we all feel so lost. And it's just this age that we're at, and it's this generation, how it is. And I wish that I had a better insight as to why, you know, or what we can do to fix this, because I mean, it's just such a morbid feeling of, you know, you feel, you're 23, I mean, you're only 23 years old, and I don't know about you, but I feel old. Like, I feel like I'm ready to just, the other day I remember thinking, you know, I can't go to school anymore, I can't finish my degree without, you know, student loans and things like that, so I'm basically done with school now. And I was thinking, I guess I need to pick a job. Like, I just need to pick a job, even if I hate it, because I'm getting too old. You know, I'm getting too old to, you know, I need to pick my final job that I'm gonna have until I die. And that's like the most sad thought I ever had in my life. Well, better settle down even if I hate the job, because I'm getting too old to be, you know, bopping around from job to job. So I need to pick one and just stick with it, even if it makes me miserable, and just stay there until I die. And that was probably the most horrifying, morbid thought I've had in a long time, which is saying something, trust me. And we feel so old. We're only 23, you know, but I thought I was going to be so much farther than I am now. I thought I was going to be so established. I thought I was going to be done with my bachelor's degree and, you know, be at this, like, hot shot, you know, doing all this, you know, stuff, and, you know, and be, you know, so miles ahead of where I am now. But it's not that way anymore. I mean, I've been looking for a kitchen job, you know, because that's what I want to do with my life. I want to be a chef. I'm busty back of the house, as they call me. And, you know, I want to be a chef. I want to be a cook. And, you know, I want to work. I want to find a job now with a really great chef, you know, who can guide me and who can teach me, you know, the way that he does things and what makes him successful, or her. It's usually not a her, because it's almost impossible to be a girl in the kitchen nowadays. I don't know how that's even a thing. Every guy wants to sit here and say, get in the kitchen, make me a sandwich. But then you try, and they're like, sweetheart, you know it's real hot back here, right? And it's like, no, you don't say. Like, you know, nobody wants a girl in the kitchen anymore. You know, it's the weirdest thing. I have interviews that I start, you know, online and, you know, through email, and they're like, yeah, just come in and meet with us and we'll set some stuff up. And then you get there and they go, oh, honey, and they call you sweetheart the whole time. Oh yeah, sweetheart. Like you're 5 years old, and you didn't understand that there was gonna be, is there heavy lifting? Like they expect it because you're a girl that you can't do anything. And trust me, I could bench press a lot of the dudes that I know, which, you know, kind of scrawny, so that's not really saying much, but whatever. But it's just we're at a weird place, you know, our generation, you know, we all kind of feel lost, we all feel kind of disconnected from each other, and I just wish I had more insight as to how to feel more connected. But, like, seriously, the next time you go into Starbucks, or, like, the next time you go to stand in line to do anything, or you know, at a party or whatever, just get off your phone. Like, get off your phone. Get off Facebook, like, it's not that important, and, like, try to make a connection with another human being. I'm not saying, like, get married to them, or, you know, get their, you know, don't get their Facebook info. Like, I'm not saying, like, to go, like, have this be your new best friend, but just remember what it's like to make a generic connection with another human being in person without knowing their likes and dislikes and their marital status and their hometown before you know anything about who they are, you know? Try to go make a connection with somebody in real life that you don't know for no reason other than the fact that we're humans and we're supposed to do that. We're supposed to meet each other and talk to each other, and we're so disconnected. And I think that meeting people and putting your phone down, it might help with some of that feeling of being lost and disconnected. And, you know, or maybe I'm just crazy and I have no idea what I'm talking about, which is pretty valid. It's a pretty valid idea, but just try it and anybody's ever gonna see this video, but if they do, if you do see the video, like, comment or message or something and tell me what happened if you did it, and if it made you feel any less like you're just, like, adrift in life. Alright, I guess I'm done. I've talked for, like, ever. I guess. Peace.